Due to the ignorance of our host, parental discretion is advised.
Welcome back to How Did It Get So Good podcast. My guest today, I've been trying to get this lady for I don't know how long. At least for a week.
Yeah, I'm like, not that long.
At least for a week. We tried to do it last week and it didn't work out. But anyway, she's here. The wife with the knife. The wife with the knife or the wife with a knife?
Wife with the knife.
With the knife.
With the knife.
Okay.
Right? I don't know.
I don't know. She brought her lawyer, by the way. So.
Yeah. Yeah, she is representing me.
To make everything legal.
Stop me if I say anything stupid. No, it's wife with a knife. You're right.
With a, okay.
A, yeah.
So only one. Mm-hmm. Okay. This is kind of like what I got at home.
Yeah.
Just one.
Just one knife. Yeah, I saw your kitchen. It's a sad kitchen. It's a sad kitchen.
How you been?
Good.
Nice to finally meet you.
Yeah, well, we've met once on my birthday, but yeah, nice to meet you.
Oh, that's right, but you were a little blurry.
Yeah, I remember you. Yeah. No,
I came and say hi. You were with a bunch of people. Your husband was there. I was with a bunch of people, and I think you walked by and say hi to that one guy on the radio. I don't say his name because I have to pay him.
Yeah.
Just kidding. and I saw you. I'm like, oh, I think that's the. Obviously, I don't know your name.
Lola.
So, first question: is that short for something?
No, that's not short for nothing.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I just made it. I didn't make that up.
It's not your name?
It is not my legal name.
Okay.
But it's not short for my legal name.
Okay.
It's a long story, but I made it up on a dating site. You know, back when you were able to put like a fake name, now you put your real name on. Yeah. But back then you can put like robot, sexy for hot for you, random shit.
I've never been in those.
Well, this was like 10 years ago. So were you on dating sites 10 years ago?
No, like I've never been.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, back before.
Is it even safe to be there?
Yeah, it's safe, right? It's safe.
Why are you asking me? I don't know.
I haven't been on a dating site since 2010, so I wouldn't know.
Back then, was it safe?
It was scarier than now.
Dick pics?
It wasn't apps. Yeah, and everybody.
Yeah.
It was a meat market. Yes, you met in public places.
Okay.
You know, but yeah, back then you can plug in a fake name, and so I just chose Lola because someone one time named me Lola, so I'm like, okay, I guess I'm just Lola 69 or something, but, just like corny names. And I met my husband on that website.
Okay.
It was Plenty of Fish. This was before everything was an app. You had to go on your desktop.
Okay.
Oh, it was so bad. But so when I met him the first night, I said, look, my name is not Lola. Okay. This is my real name, which I'm not going to say.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's not my name.
It's Carlos, by the way. No,
yeah, I'm Carlos. And he just said, no, you are Lola. You look like a Lola, and you're Lola from here on out. And so I just stuck with Lola. So I'm probably going to change it legally. Because that's what I use, and that's what everyone calls me now. So it's Lola now.
How Mexican? How much Mexican are you?
I'm
do you remember? Were you born here? No.
Yes, and it's such a confusing story too. I have so many confusing stories.
The other reason why I was asking is, have you ever heard of Lola la Trailera?
No.
It was like an old series. I'm talking about early 80s. I mean, even because you say 83?
88.
88? Sorry. Someone else 83. I'm 82. And that was like, I was young when that was happening, but it was an actress, and she had like this thing where she was like a little badass, right? And she was a truck driver, but her name was Lola la Trailera. But I always thought that Lola was short for Dolores.
It is,
But that's not your name.
And that's not my name. But
that's not my name. Anyway.
But people now don't even do Dolores. A lot of people are naming their kids Lola without calling them originally Dolores. And I was talking to my mother the other day because I'm kind of thinking of having one more kid. Maybe, maybe not. But I said, if I have another girl, I would give her the name Lola. And she was like, just call her Dolores. That's what we do. I'm like, we don't do that here anymore. And like Richard. And they call him Dick for short. Remember back then, Richard was Dick? They don't do that no more.
That's still a thing, right?
I don't hear it. I don't hear it. I'm looking at her like...
You're just looking at a lawyer.
Yeah, my lawyer. Is that a thing? Yeah, I don't hear people shortening the names of these. Yeah, no. Have you? Well, what's your full name? Just Angel?
Angel. My middle name is Israel.
Okay.
Yeah, and then my last name is Cervera,
Okay.
and then my mom's Sosa. You know how we have four?
Yes. Well, I think you're more Mexican. Are you Mexican?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Simon.
I think you're more Mexican than I
Well,
am.
I was born there,
Okay.
so I came here when I was 18.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
so much more Mexican than me. You got me
But
beat.
you know what's funny is that I just recorded. I just recorded an episode yesterday, and I did it by myself. And I got a text from my mother when I was in the office, and she said, "Today marks 23 years since we came here." So yesterday was 23 years when we got here. Yeah. And then my old partner,
Oh, rest in peace.
yeah,
May he rest in
that was
peace.
when he was.
He's dead now.
That was when he was playing. That's so funny.
Rest in peace.
My old partner, because we used to sit on this side of the studio.
Okay.
He happens to be my boss now, but he brought up the fact that it's like, why you keep calling it? Because every time I talk about Mexico, I say back home. But he's like, but you lived here longer than Mexico, so why you call that back home? I was like, I don't know. It's just a way to say it, so everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and that you were born there. I think that's fair.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and
I mean, I'm a citizen. I got married.
and you're a proud Mexican American. You
Yeah.
can call both home, right?
Yeah.
See, that's what I do, because what happened with me was my mom had me here. She
Yeah.
conceived me in Mexico,
Okay.
but then she came here to have me, and she brought me right back to Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Like
No, but then you did live in Mexico. Then.
till I was 5 years old.
Oh, see, that's not.
And then she brought me here to Utah, but I've always said Mexico is my home. That's where my blood. I mean, I'm technically I am Mexican.
Yeah.
I come from a Mexican mother and father.
Yeah.
I was conceived
You're
there.
Chicana.
They just brought me to California to birth me and brought me right back. But we left because it was getting so bad.
Yeah.
The crime, and I would have
What part?
Acapulco.
Oh, that's right. I remember.
Yeah, and
And it's funny how you say, because obviously I know of you because of the episode you done with Dre, and this last time you mentioned that Acapulco, and you don't speaking of Acapulco, like back in the day, and you nailed it right on the nose when you were talking about this, because back in the day, Acapulco was the Cancun.
it was the
Acapulco was like
The tourist.
the Baja was the
every
Cozumel.
celebrities went there.
Yeah.
Elvis made
we
a
used to
movie
have
there.
we used to have do you remember we used to have a music festival where all the artists would go there and like play, and it would be like a
like a
whole
Sundance.
week, like a whole exactly
Like a
it'll be
Sundance.
like, exactly it would be like a whole week of just artists from all over the place.
Yep.
And I had my uncle married somebody from Guerrero, like way back in the day, and that's how we knew. But then they would fight, and they should be like, you're gonna find out how the Acapulco women are. We're like, Jesus Christ, like relax,
And
sister.
you know what? That is, it's so crazy, because I remember when I would work at malls in high school, and the older men would be like, "Where are you from? Because you have curly hair. Are you black? Are you half Tongan? What are you?" They would never guess Mexican. And I said, "Well, my parents are from Acapulco, so I always claim Acapulco." And they're like, "Oh, you women!" The first thing, you women are
Oh yeah,
crazy
Spicier
spicy.
than everything. Yeah, ever since I got
like,
dreads, people think I'm Polynesian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get. Yeah.
Even when I first got this job, it's like I used to be a heavy equipment operator, and I got this job about almost 2 years ago, and they put me in this job, and then the people that was working there, they were all Latinos. One will talk to me, and then he will realize that I speak Spanish, and so they will go and tell the other ones, like, "Hey, that Paulie speaks Spanish."
He's with us.
I was like, "He's with us, but he's Polynesian, but he speaks Spanish." And they're like, "Shut up, no, he doesn't." Yeah, he does. And so then it's like little by little, everybody will come out and say, "Where are you from?" And I'm like, "Mexico." They're like, "Holy shit!" Like I would have never thought.
Yeah,
And I'm
you
like,
don't.
It's the hair.
You don't look it. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
hair and the features. I guess there's a certain way we're supposed to
tell
look.
me more about it.
I don't know I don't know. You
you
just.
gonna say?
I can see it. I can see where they see the poly.
So it's not just the hair then.
No, it's not the hair. It's the eyes.
So I got big eyes.
You got the big
I
eyes.
got big eyes.
The big poly eyes.
Yeah.
The lashes. Yeah.
What about the lashes?
They like, I don't, that's so,
Oh, well, you're bringing it out.
I don't see the nose so much. I would say you're half. Well, my attorney is pointing at the nose.
She's like, everything's fine. So far, so good.
It's not the nose. No, I would say you're like, I would have guessed half white, half poly.
I had a girlfriend one time, long time ago, that said, I want to curl your eyelashes. Because I have long eyelashes,
But they go down.
Yeah, they go down. I hate it.
And that's what I was going to say.
If I do this, they're like so down that I can't see shit.
One of my best friends, he's a Tongan, and he has like the big eyes, brown, and the lashes are thick but down.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you kind of, maybe you're related.
You know how much money I could make with this if they were going like this?
Yeah, we should curl them. It's funny. I have some lashes. We got mascara.
Whoa, mascara. I'm talking about. You're talking about makeup. I'm talking about just curling my shit.
Oh, mascara curls it up. It's got some.
Oh, it does?
It helps. Yeah, you just. Anyways, I
had no idea. Are all lashes straight, or are women's just? No, because I don't know. I work with a guy who has literally the perfect eyelashes, and I remember. Back then, when I was working in that company, I was married, and we went out. All of us went out one time, and my ex-wife told him, "Says, do you do your nails, your eyelashes?" And he said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh," my ex-wife was like, "Oh, I thought you did." And his dad was standing right next to him, and he looked at him and goes, "What the fuck?" And the kid's like, "No, I don't. Like, I don't do my eyelashes."
He's all nervous. He's like, I don't.
But he literally doesn't. But the way she asked, like, do you curl your lashes? And he's like, yeah. And the reaction of his dad, because his dad's like the very manly guy. Like, he goes to the gym like religiously, and he's like, what the fuck? The kid was like an MMA fighter too, so he's like, what
your
the fuck?
wife. She reminds me of me. You say some things you just shouldn't say, and you get yourself in trouble, and nobody wants to be around
she was
you
like,
anymore.
I knew you did, and he's like, no, I don't.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, what part of Mexico are you from?
Mérida, Yucatan.
Yucatan. Ooh, I know some friends that live there. It's a beautiful place.
Have you been there?
No, not me.
Oh, so you can't tell then.
But my
You
friends,
don't know it's a beautiful place.
But my friends have showed me photos. They have a condo there. It's gorgeous.
That's what all the Mayan ruins are.
Oh yes.
I got that there.
They have their condos right on the beach.
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Kind of want to do that with my mom.
Yeah, why not?
We're thinking about it.
This place is going to shit. Let's go to Mexico.
This one?
They want to come
Utah
here.
or the whole?
There's just a lot of, it's just, yeah, Utah's turning into like this big little city, and so much crime, so much shit. I've never seen it like this before.
Really?
No.
So when you came to the United States, it's always been Utah?
California.
Okay.
So when my mom brought me to Acapulco when I was a newborn back after she gave birth here.
Yeah.
So confusing.
Was there a reason for that?
No, my mom is an American citizen. So I know.
No, that's fine. We'll have all the time in the world.
My grandmother, which is her mom,
okay,
had her in the United States on purpose to give her citizenship.
Okay.
So then they go back to Mexico, to Acapulco.
Mm-hmm.
There she conceives me, whatnot, and she birthed me in the U.S. too. And it wasn't to give me citizenship because she is a U.S. citizen. Mm-hmm. It was because she was trying to get away from my biological father.
Okay.
She was just trying to take a little break, spend some time here. We have family in California, and she just had me here. It wasn't because I needed papers. I already had it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wait, hold on.
I know. And I feel like everyone's going to be like, this bitch doesn't.
No.
So
well,
annoying.
I just have, you just said something that I'm like, should I ask or
not?
not?
No, go ahead.
So your mom, okay, so you're, okay, maybe I got it confused. So it was your mom and your biological dad. Mm-hmm. And then she was trying to get away from him and then came here and had you here?
Yeah.
That's the only reason why?
That's the only reason. She just needed a break.
But then she went back to him?
No, she just went back because my grandma was there. Her siblings, her immediate family
You
was
have no
there.
relationship with your dad?
No, I don't know who
okay.
I do have my father right now that's raising me is my stepdad.
Well, guess what? We have him here. Come on in. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, shit. Fuck you.
Where have you been, motherfucker?
Jerry.
You go Acapulco on this fucking guy.
I will. No, and it's kind of funny. I found him on Facebook years later. Facebook reunites families. That's so crazy. I found him.
My sister, So she came here. So when we came here, it was my mom, my sister, and me, right? Then my mom married somebody from Acapulco, from from Peru.
Okay.
Somebody from Peru here. He's a chef, by the way.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then they had my little brother, right? So my sister and me were 10 years apart. When we came here, my mom, her dad, my sister's dad was basically a sperm donor,
Yeah.
right? He realized she was pregnant and then he bailed. And then later on, we found out that he had an actual family. So my mom is like,
Well, guess what? Here he is. Come on in.
Shit. Well, not my dad. No, but my sister, at her adult age, she decided to look for him. And it was more like after she found him, because obviously we knew who he is. Right? I mean, we know who he is. And she found him and just said, hey, Dad, like, I'm so-and-so, your daughter. And then he was like, and I don't know, obviously I don't know the details, right? I only know as much as she wants to tell me. Well, my mom was against it. But that I told my mom, well, she's an adult. She can do, she can do whatever she wants. So she found him. And I think the guy was never comfortable knowing, holy shit. And like I said, I don't know the details. I don't know if it was because she was, like, he had a family, that he was like this might fuck up everything here. So he was more of a, hey, what's up? But like not necessarily talk too much to her. And according to my sister, his brother, her uncle, was more interested in getting to know her and like have him to come to the family and meet your grandma and your cousins, but the dad was always like, hey, like this is it.
That sucks.
The lawyer's like, nope,
Piece of
get
shit.
that bastard in jail.
Yeah. POS.
Yeah.
Yeah, piece of shit.
But yeah. So I think when I talked to him, she was like, when I talked to her, she was like, it's just whatever. I just wanted to see.
Yeah, as long as you get to just see who made you.
Yeah. And I think they talked on the phone, but it was.
Oh, whatever. Fuck him. It's okay.
Well, my mom did.
Yes, she did. Oh, Lord. No, my father on Facebook, it's funny because when I found out I was about 19, 20 years old, and it was because I had to see my birth certificate to get my daughter insurance.
Okay.
Something like that. And I told my mom, like, Mom, I need my birth certificate. And you just see the look in her eye, like, shit, it's time. And she showed it to me, and she's like, well, before I show you, the man on your birth certificate is not the man that's raising you right now.
Oh, okay.
My stepdad, which I don't like calling him that.
Are they still together?
Oh, yeah.
Yo, I don't like to call my mom's. I always say my mom's husband.
Oh, no, I call him my dad. He is my dad.
You don't like to call him stepdad?
No, because he's...
the joke with me is like, I played, like, I will call the joke on me. I was like, oh, my daddy. But I don't like to call him my stepdad. I always say, when I talk about him, it's like, oh, my mom's husband. And like, people will say, like, you mean your stepdad? I'm like,
does he get offended?
I'm an adult. I don't think he cares.
Okay.
We have that good relationship. Like, we're just...
He respects that.
Yeah, for sure.
Good.
And ever since the beginning, since the day we got here, he was more of a, help me get a job and help me. He, like I said, he was a chef. And then have you ever heard of the Alta Club?
No.
It's right here in downtown. It's on South Temple and State Street, right at the corner. But it's a private club for members, so it's not open for public. And only 100 years ago, they're starting allowing women in.
What?
Yeah, because that's how crazy it was. And it's a place where it's only for it's a club for wealthy people. Okay. Basically, so it's not open for public.
For us,
right? Huh?
It's not open for us.
No, it's not open for us, the regular people. Okay. But that's what it's funny. I just talked about this on the podcast. That's what I learned, like dining etiquette. Like, I was working with 3 knives, 2 spoons, 2 forks, all that stuff, and like the water cup and the wine cup, and I mean the whole thing, right? And I loved it. And I worked there for 2 years, and he was the chef. But every time I say, "Oh, I gotta go work with so and so," because I call him by his name, and so people be like, "You mean your stepdad?" I was like, "More like my mom's husband."
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, hey, if he's okay with that.
Yeah, he's totally fine.
Yeah.
But like he gave me that job. Like, he basically hired me.
He's your daddy.
He was well, like I said, I call him daddy every now. Not to his face though. To like my friends, I'm like, "Oh, I gotta go with my daddy."
That's funny.
But yeah. What was I saying? So from Merida, been here 23 years. And now my sister moved to Arizona. She's done well for herself. She's more of a I like to be alone kind of girl. I'm more of some women have said I'm more of a mama's boy.
Okay. That's why you're here? To be close to your mom?
No, but we came together.
Okay.
Right? And at one point I had the choice of coming or not, and I almost didn't. I was like, fuck this. But like she had 3 jobs back home, and it was to the point where she was like, I'm gonna forget all this shit and then go try something new. And now she has a brand new home. Like it's so funny. I'm literally talking what I just said the last episode. She just built her home. For the longest time, she was like, I just want a brand new house.
Oh, wow.
So now she has a brand new house in Daybreak.
Hell
and
yeah.
it's a beautiful home. She keeps telling me I should move in, which I'll be saving a lot of money.
Yeah, but where are you going to have sex? That's what I think.
I've been saying this for the longest time on the podcast as a joke.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, yeah, you're the first one to get. Yeah, but how are you going to do the foxing?
Yeah.
See? Exactly.
You're going to, yeah.
And I keep telling my mom, I'm like, hey, where? And she's like, we'll go to a hotel. I was like, I thought I was saving money.
Yeah. And it's kind of nice to welcome the ladies to your home, pretend it's your home.
Well, I don't do that either.
That's funny. But yeah, that's what my parents say. Like, if you fall on hard times, you can always come back. I'm like, but I'm going to date. So,
yeah. So why don't you guys go find somewhere to go?
Yeah, give me the house and get out. So,
are they here?
Yeah, they live 10 minutes away from me.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I'm kind of, mommy and daddy's girl, I guess.
Yeah.
They're always with me. My sister's in Arizona.
Oh, okay, cool.
She's in Tucson, but she's always kind of been on her own. She does her and her husband do the military. And
okay.
I stayed here. I love it here.
Yeah.
So
my sister went from here to Oregon, and she just barely made the move to Arizona, and she is like I want to say she's like a assistant manager in like a hotel branch.
Okay.
And so she's been doing good to where people want her to work where they're at.
Ooh.
And so she gets to travel a lot. And a lot of people say, hey, how much would it take for you to move here and work with us? So that's the situation she's had in the last couple of times when she moved to Oregon and then she moved to Arizona. And now, last time I talked to my mom was like, I guess your sister's moving again. I was like,
she's hot commodity.
damn, yeah.
But why?
But she has no kids.
Yeah,
She's
perfect.
single.
Perfect.
I have no kids.
There you go. What's
I
stopping
have
you?
stepkids though, but they're adults.
Oh yeah. See,
Yeah.
there you go. Fuck it up.
Yeah.
You
I
want
am
to stay?
fucking it up. Wait, what?
You want to stay here forever?
Someone just asked me this. I think as long as my mother's here, I don't think I'll go anywhere.
Oh, you are a mama's boy. I love
Your
that.
lawyer's like,
she would want her kids to do the exact same thing.
yeah. You have
know?
kids?
She has 3.
3.
And they're all adults. They all left the house, but she is, you start
Yeah.
thinking, I kind of miss this house,
Would
right?
you have them come back to the house?
Well, my 21-year-old just came back from California, and she lives with me now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she barely moved back, her little baby.
She comes back and forth.
Oh, okay.
No,
But-
it's wonderful.
It feels nice, doesn't it? I mean,
nice.
I bet your mom loves that you're staying here for her.
So one of the things that we do is I have breakfast with my mother every weekend.
Oh. Okay, you're setting these standards
all
high.
right.
You are setting these standards because there's people now that don't do that. They see their moms once a month, holidays. Me, the Mexican, it is a thing. My mom had a little talk with me because for a while, usually the summers, I'm busy.
Yeah.
Weekends, especially, I'm on the lake. I'm with friends. I'm at pool parties, taking my kids out And sometimes I need a little break. You know, I need to just be with my friends and not always attached to my mom. But my mom has said, you know, Sundays are important. Sundays, I think you should at least have breakfast with me.
Yeah. I usually do it either Saturday or Sunday, but I'm like at least once a day. And sometimes both days. But, you know, I had to come record with Lola on a Saturday. So I said, Mom, I'll be there on Sunday.
I'm so sorry.
She said,
Tell her
"No,
I'm
it's
so
fine, it's
sorry.
fine." You know what we had last time?
Yeah.
Have you ever made or no huevos motuleños?
You are from a totally different part of Mexico than I am. So no.
That's pretty.
No, I'm telling you, I was married before my husband right now. I was married to a guy from Guanajuato. Mm-hmm. And they cooked so different. And I was so mind blown. The enchiladas that they made they weren't even rolled up. They were like dipped in the sauce out. And
Like-
they were still soft, but crispy on the outside. It was weird the way they cooked it.
Fuck out of here.
With the sauce. And they made it just like an enchilada. They stacked all the stuff, but never rolled it.
What?
And I was like, these are like
Hey,
soft.
fuck you, Guanajuato. You don't know what the fuck you're talking
These
about.
are like soft tostadas.
Yeah.
Just roll them up and put some more sauce. They didn't do that. And so I would tell my mom, you know, Mom, they don't cook like us. She was like, honey, not all Mexico is different. So
Yeah.
when you, explain that to me.
So
What's
huevos
that?
motuleños it's basically a tostada, and you put what is it, like basically like refried blended beans on it, right? And then you put an egg, like a sunny side up egg. I like them sunny side up, so when I bite it, I like the drip.
Explode.
I like that shit. My sister hates it. My sister has to be cooked. But you put it on top, and then the secret thing on top of it goes like a tomato sauce. That has to be with my mother. But the tomato sauce has peas
Oh.
in it, and then the legit way to do it, you also cut like little pieces of ham, and it goes on top, and also like Parmesan cheese.
Wow. That sounds like a pizza
Dude,
almost.
when she's like, how many do you want? And I'm like, I'll have fucking cuatro. They're so good. They're so
They're
good.
addicting.
And I like to bite it, and it's just like starts dripping, and then usually when I bite it and it drips, I hold it on top of the other one, so the juice goes on top of the other one, and I just keep passing it.
There you go.
I love it. But we usually do something with eggs, whether it's eggs with chorizo or like eggs and ham, eggs and cheese. So
Eggs
it's like
is
so
everything.
fucking eggs, so many eggs. But then when we do huevos motuleños,
Wow.
That's my shit.
I'm gonna have to try that.
next time I'm gonna take a picture of it. It was
Okay.
just last Saturday. So her birthday was the 12th. I'm looking for a calendar. That's last year's. Her birthday was the 12th, and I was gonna take her out to do something fun, and it couldn't happen. So I did it last Saturday, and I went to her house and we ate those, and then I took her to do go-karts.
Oh.
One time she mentioned it, she's like, that should be fun. We should do that for my birthday. And like no one heard it. And I was like 3 rooms apart and away, and I'm like, oh, I'll make it happen.
Look at you.
So I took her and my
You are
little
the best son. You are the best son. I want a son like that.
So I took my I was gonna say my son. So I took my mom and my little brother was there. He just barely got back from the gym. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, I'm eating. I was like, go get dressed. You coming with us? He's like, all right. He's more of a whatever.
You're the one
kinda
that
kid.
keeps it moving.
So I'm like, let's go do this.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, and then obviously like my little brother and I we got it fast, right? So this is how you do it, because those cars haul ass. And my mom was like,
She's so
funny.
cute. Oh man.
Yeah.
That's so nice. And when you go to a Mexican restaurant with your mom, are they good enough for her? Is she pretty easy to please at restaurants?
Well, I was actually going to ask you this, but I mean, I don't know if you can actually answer. So when was the last time you went to Mexico?
I was 20. Well, no, Acapulco. I was 21. So I don't want to do the math, but it's not very long, not far away.
Are you comfortable saying how old you are? You don't have to.
Yeah, I'm 35.
Okay.
So, but I was 21 in Acapulco, but I did go to Puerto Peñasco in 2018.
Okay.
That was the very last time I was in Mexico. And Puerto Peñasco is right, I think, a 2-3 hour drive from Arizona,
Okay.
somewhere, the border.
Because the one thing that I've heard my mom say is like we can't even if we make the food that we know how to make from Mexico, the spices are not the same.
No.
So we will never create the exact flavor of it. All we can do is just get close to it.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's what I go by. Obviously, I don't cook, so I was like, oh, okay. But I mean, to me, is my mom is a good cook too.
Yeah.
But my mom's husband, he's a chef. So like Christmas and Thanksgivings, and even every other weekend that I go eat. I mean, we're talking about good shit.
He must be fun to have in the family.
And he also works at a restaurant, so every now and then he brings like stuff that is like leftovers and stuff. And like, he has made me realize something. He shows up with like a bunch of cheeses,
Okay.
and I've learned the stinkier the cheese is, the better tasting it is.
Yeah. My attorney is very big. She loves wine. So when you love wine, I think you know what good cheese is, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I feel like we
Come on.
can't really. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear yourself?
Yeah. I
just
didn't for a minute.
I just you what?
I wasn't hearing myself for a minute.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's why I moved it.
Yeah, because sometimes people do this because they want to put their mouth there.
Yeah.
But you can't. I mean, I'm in an angle where you can, but like we used to shoot here,
Okay.
so it was like people
Okay.
we couldn't see their face. But
This
anyway,
is fine though. Okay.
are you good?
But yeah, yeah. So she's pretty easy to please when you take her out, even though the food isn't like Mexico. It's still
She has a couple places when she's like, even her husband is like, all right, we'll stick with this one
okay.
for now. But every now and then when they go to one and they're like, what is this?
Well, I asked that because my mom, and I feel like a lot of Latina moms or any mom that cooks, every time you go somewhere, they're like, this is good, but not like mine.
Yeah.
That's my mother.
Yeah.
There's tacos everywhere. This place, we're getting a lot of
Yeah.
Hispanic, Latino restaurants. And we'll go to the best one, and my mom's like, I can fuck it up.
Yeah, right.
And she
Like,
can't.
there is one we've mentioned it. We've mentioned it here without saying the name, but there's one that is so famous here, and I remember going there only one time when we first got here in 2001, and we went and we tried it, and it's here in downtown, and it's so famous.
Is it red?
I think so. There's two colors, but I think that's one of them. And,
We're not gonna say the name.
And people love it. Mm-hmm. And I remember we only went there once because it's like, this is not good.
No.
And it wins like awards over and
Yeah.
over and over. And I haven't been back. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but for what I hear from like true Mexicans, the ones that
know
are
how to
born in
eat?
Mexico,
Yeah.
they're like, this is.
They have the
what is
palate
this?
of a Mexican.
Yeah. So they're like, what is this?
Yeah, I know they were famous for their mole.
Okay.
That was what they were known for. And my mom hasn't tried it. She hasn't gone because she knows. She's like,
Yeah.
there's no way they can do it like we
I'm
can.
not a mole kind of girl.
Oh no.
Yeah, like I will eat
That
it,
makes
but
me
it's not.
sad.
I will eat it, but I'm not like, hey, can you make mole? Like
No, you're not Mexican. I'm
I'm
more Mexican than you now.
I'm more of a lentejas. You know lentejas?
Yeah.
I know pozole.
Okay.
We got this thing in Mexico called frijol con puerco, which is like it's a well-known Monday food.
Okay.
Like all the places that sell food in Mexico, they make it on Monday. Mérida is famous for cochinita pibil.
Oh my gosh, I love cochinita.
You had it?
It's so good.
There's a place in Magna that thankfully I live close to. The owner, he's from my hometown. He's from Yucatan, and he sells cochinita pibil. Now, again, it's not the same, but it's very close.
Does he sell them like on Sundays, like a special day? Or
No, it's in his restaurant for whenever you go.
Oh, do you want to? Let me know his. I would love to try it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my parents are always looking for, the ones that really can do
Yeah.
it. So give me his name.
And also, I would say this: that's one of the places when I can trust their horchata.
Okay.
Because you know how sometimes you go to some place, you're like, oh, this is liquid diabetes. And it is still, but like some of them are like covered in sugar. You're like, oh my God, this is bad.
Yeah, when it is.
Theirs always good.
So like pho places. My mom, when we go out to pho, that's one of her favorite soups. She can tell when you throw an MSG or when you really do it from the bones.
Yeah.
She's like, no, this shit is water, and they threw MSG and salt. Like she can tell. So I I'm getting there where I can.
The youngest one of my stepkids, she loves pho.
Yeah.
Like loves pho. And I remember because they will order it. She's in a wheelchair, so she would like Uber Eats it, and they would drop them off at the house. And I remember it was stunk up the house. I was like,
Oh, you don't like it?
I like it, but again, I'm not like go eat pho.
What's your favorite soup?
The what is that one called? I like onion soup.
Oh, you fancy man.
I like
Okay.
onion soup, especially if it's got the cheese like melted in
You're
there.
so funny. Oh my gosh, I keep hitting. You.
What else? I like the it's something with like Wisconsin. What is it? Wisconsin cheese. Wisconsin.
You're so fancy.
Well, what soup are you talking about?
Any soup from anywhere. Like your top favorite. It could be from any culture. It just has to be your
I
favorite.
like that tomato basil shit.
Wow. Okay.
It's good shit.
Do you have to have it with the sandwich and the cheese?
That's a plus. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if
Wow.
I'm getting all the good points from the lawyer.
You're white. You are white. You're not Mexican. You're full on white. Where's your Stanley Cup?
But I also like chicken soup, like from Mexico, like the real chicken
Caldo de
soup.
pollo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you know what? I was just talking to Justin, the one who used to do the podcast with me. This was just yesterday at the office, and we started mentioning like food, and not everybody is a fan of chicken liver. And growing up, see, I just lost points with the lawyer. Growing up, my caldo de pollo always had a piece of
Chicken liver. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was so good.
Yeah. Wow.
Do you
okay.
like it?
I do. Growing up, I didn't really hígado. Is that what you call it? Hígado? Mm-hmm. Never liked it. It has it almost like velvety texture.
Yeah.
But like I said, you have to be the right person. My mom knows how to make it where it's.
Right person.
I'm telling you, my mom makes it so yes, it's still that texture, but the flavoring, the sazon. My mom has the sazon, and she'll put like grilled onions, so it helps cover all that.
Okay.
And it's good for you. No,
yeah, it's good for you.
Though I love that the older I got, the more I can eat almost anything but poop. But even a snail, I'll eat a snail. I've been wanting squid. Like an octopus with the tentacles. I've had it before, but I actually want it like the whole thing, chopped up, grilled. So
back home, thanks to my uncle, because he used to go and fish a lot. So back home, I tried fish, obviously, snail, octopus, turtle. I mean, you name it, shrimp, obviously. So you name it.
Iguana.
Never had that.
My parents said that's one of the best soups they've ever had.
Really?
That and turtle egg soup. So they eat the babies.
Yeah, basically.
So bad, but hey.
Well, that's what veal is, right?
Yeah, you're eating a baby.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that last night. That's so funny. Yeah, we were arguing over what is the difference between a chicken and that other one. It's like a smaller version of the chicken. It's like the baby or the teenager, and they call it something else. Oh Lord. Oh, yeah. I'll think about it. Heidi. Yeah. Can you?
I used to have a person here that will Google stuff for us that we can see it, but I don't anymore.
It's like Joe Rogan. We should just have a little laptop and just Google what is the young version of a. There's a name for it, but they said that's like the better because they're bones. They don't have muscles. It's just like so tender. Okay. Like veal. Have you ever had veal?
No.
Me either. So we're not fancy.
We should go eat. So the restaurant that my mom's husband works at, so he has done the chef for so long. Now he's become a manager. So now he's a manager of a fancy restaurant in downtown.
What's the name again?
Of
the restaurant?
So no, you talking about Alta Club?
Yeah.
No, that's when we used to work together.
Oh, okay. This is different. Okay.
Yeah. No, this is it's called Aquaterra, and it's inside of the what's that mall? The City Creek.
Oh.
So he's the manager there.
Now, do you have to be a member to go?
No, you don't. They have good food too. Are you a sushi kind of gal?
Oh Lord, yes.
Fuck yeah.
Oh
dude.
my gosh, I want it off the ocean, and I watched a documentary last night because my parents are going to Mazatlan for on vacation, and they were fishing the fish out, out of the water. just right there, fresh,
Oh, yeah,
a ceviche. And I'm like, just do that. That's before I die.
Yo, let me ask you this. How,
Pullet or chick?
I guess
Pullet?
Pullet. I don't know. We figured out the chicken name, but no, that's not the name. I'll have to ask my husband.
where is what is? I'll ask you this before I tell you something. How do you know ceviche to be cooked?
Like, when do you know when it's
No,
cooked?
how do you know? How do you make ceviche, basically?
So we do both ways. We boil it and we throw it in with the tomato, the clamato and all that. There's that ceviche. But then the other one, you call it aguachile, right? But some people call it ceviche. It's the one where you drench it in lemon juice. So there's the lemon juice where it's
So it's basically cooked in lemon juice.
Yeah, it's cooked in
That's
lemon
the
juice.
one I know.
Okay. And then the one in Acapulco, from growing up, what my mom would make is the one with the clamato. And
See, when my uncle used to be married to that lady from Acapulco, that's how our ceviches were. They have the snail, they have the octopus and all that stuff. That's how I got to experience that. But I just went with someone to a Mexican restaurant in downtown. I think this one is in Rose Park somewhere. And they were like, dude, this is so good. You're going to love it. I was like, all right. So then I went there and I ordered ceviche. But the ceviche is with crab meat. And it's cooked. And like, well, this is not what I like. I know. Basically, for me, ceviche is raw.
yeah. And it, like I said, where we're from, it's so different because ceviche to us it's cooked and it's in a juice and but aguachile, from what I grew up understanding, is it's raw and it's cooked in lime juice.
Yeah.
But we're from different places, so
Yeah.
ceviche to you is that, and we
Yeah.
call that aguachile.
But why chile?
I don't know,
Yes, it does
because
have
it looks like
spices.
what it does. Well, at least
I mean, it's not.
We
So for
put
me,
it-
chile is like spicy, not necessarily spices. Spicy, like it's hot. It's hot, like taste wise.
so in your ceviche, the raw. What do you? What is there any peppers in it?
No.
Oh, really? See, then we're not. I'm telling you, you're.
So it's basically the fish, which I think is halibut fish. Not maybe, I don't know. But it's basically fish and pico de gallo
Okay.
with lime and salt.
What about shrimp? Raw shrimp.
So yeah, like I said, well, you can put shrimp, you can put octopus, you can put all that stuff.
Anything.
But basically, it's just the meat or the fish, just with lime.
And that's it?
And pico de gallo.
Yeah. No, we blend the serrano peppers and jalapenos, and we throw it in there. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? I'm telling you.
Now, see, for me, pico de gallo is like that. Like it doesn't have any fish, but it just has that. So it has serrano peppers, and then you eat it with like chips.
Yeah.
Like my pico de gallo has the chile. Ceviche for me doesn't. You can put like some kind of sauce.
powder?
Like sauce, like a
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
a Valentina or whatever.
I have a video on my Wife with the Knife page where I do aguachile
Knife with the knife. We'll put the Instagram handle.
Yes.
There. Just kidding.
Where it is the Yucatan, the hot sauce, the green one.
Yucateco.
Yucateco, there we go.
yeah.
Yucateco, and with lime juice. It's in lime juice and
Yeah.
the pico de gallo, like cilantro, onion, cucumbers. But that's how that's not even from where we're from. My
Yeah.
parents' compadre taught him that because that's where he's from. Is it Jalisco? I don't know. But he taught my parents that, and then we just brought it, and adapted it to our menu now. But we don't even do that in Acapulco. So it's just crazy how
How everybody. Yeah, it's.
I'm telling you.
everybody's got their own.
tamales aren't tamales everywhere. We don't eat them with corn husk. We have it in the banana peel. I don't know if you saw me and Dre's podcast, but
So the corn, that's just that yellow paper, right?
and that is what it's everybody knows.
That's here, basically.
Or northern Mexico. It's mostly
so the
corn
banana
husk.
leaves is more.
Because that's
See, I've had it both.
because when Acapulco is, the ocean side, you get the banana leaves. So
Yeah.
we use what we've got.
Yeah.
So that's what we're more used to.
Yeah.
But-
That's how I know it too.
So it's just crazy how we really do have different things.
Like for the longest time, I remember when I came here and you start hearing burritos left and right. Back home, that wasn't a thing.
No, we don't have
and
burritos.
everybody's like, no, burritos are Mexican. I'm like, how can I be Mexican? I come from Mexico. I never heard of that shit before.
We don't have it. Corn tortillas.
We don't have, hey, whites. We don't have chimichangas.
No.
We don't have
chalupas.
You don't have chalupas.
Nachos.
We don't have, well, we have nachos. What is wrong with you?
Chilaquiles is not nachos, but kind of. I guess it's
Oh,
like a.
I see what you're saying. With the tortilla gets all soggy. And
Yeah,
shit. That's good shit.
that's
though.
what we
But, yeah,
have.
but
But we don't
have
do
burritos.
No. Yeah, so people think, I was telling Dre this, people think we even dress the same. We listen to corridos, ranchero. I'm like, no, there's
Do you like that shit?
I do. There's
See, I don't.
no
I can't
hate.
stand it.
It's the type of music where I can listen to 4 or 5 songs and then I'm good. But I don't hate it. But it's not something that's on my playlist all day, every day.
I think part of it. So first of all, I hate to say this. I used to be a drummer.
Good for you.
Look.
Hey, I think I talked shit on you.
Why?
I said drummers are a piece of shit.
That's fine.
I was kidding.
I said used to.
No, I was kidding because my husband used to be a drummer.
Oh, okay.
He's actually pretty okay.
Yeah.
And me and Dre were just talking about who to F, marry, and kill.
Oh, yeah.
And you got brought up. And he was like, well, he is a drummer.
Wait, did I get killed?
I think you got killed.
God damn it.
And
dude.
I said,
Wait, but who's who?
it was you, post beefy. I don't know. I'm going to have
Oh,
to.
that guy's gay.
But when he brought up that you were a drummer, I'm like, drummers are pieces of shit. And then I said, because my husband's a drummer,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that means he's a piece of shit. That we were just
God
fucking.
damn it,
we
I
were
got
just
killed.
fucking.
Look, that's me when I was a kid.
Oh,
Yeah.
cute. Look how white
Right?
you were.
And this was my band.
Oh, is that
I'm
not your
not
band anymore?
No, this is back in the fucking
Look at-
60s when I used to
Wait,
play.
are you going with the long? Wait, who are you?
What do you mean?
You can't tell.
That one.
The one on the right?
Yeah.
Look at you.
Sexy, huh?
You look like My Chemical Romance.
Oh, thanks.
So emo.
Yeah.
What was your band's
That
name?
picture was taken in this building.
Wow.
In fact, I'm supposed to have the guy that took that picture. I'm supposed to have him on the podcast sometime next month.
Well, what happened?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
With the band?
Yeah.
Let's just say one of those 3 got like very involved in drugs and like gave everything away.
Damn
This
it.
guy passed away recently.
The one standing up?
Well, there's 2, right? But yeah,
There's
the
one.
other one.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And then the dog at the bottom.
He
you see
he
it?
died. He got ran
He
over.
did die.
Oh, God, no. I shouldn't have said that.
Well, he didn't get run over. He ran out of being old.
But he died.
But,
He is cute.
So that was Max.
Damn it, Max.
Yeah, Max. Shout out to JP. JP passed away.
Rest in peace.
And Will, and sitting down, so we all have like war uniforms in different eras.
Yeah, you look like My Chemical Romance.
I look like I tell you what, so when I got to that, because my friend is a photographer, right? So he knows there was a store. This is over 10 years ago, but there was a store here in Salt Lake that had like all those costumes, like legit costumes, right? For like photo shoots.
that you can rent.
Yeah, you can rent them. And so they went in before I got there and they say, okay, so and so's having this, so and so's having this, and they say you having this. And I remember looking at it, I was like, this is okay, I guess. And then I put it on. Obviously, that was like, 25 pounds lighter. But I put it on. I was like, oh, I fucking love this thing.
You knew you looked great.
Yeah, and I just obviously there was no way I was gonna wear that anywhere because he had the tails in the back. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
So he has tails.
You look like, wow.
Yeah.
This is crazy. And what do you mean that?
And I'm also holding a cane. I don't know if you can see that, sister. Huh? Yeah. You chill the fuck
It
out.
makes no sense. Okay, war hero with a cane, but you look like you can walk just fine.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know why you're holding.
I love that
You
picture.
gotta look intimidating. No, it looks great.
Yeah.
You do. You look great. It doesn't need. Wow. Wow.
Yeah. And that was like a show here at the complex that we did the Raw Awards.
What kind of
And we
music did
played.
you play?
It was rock.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
not heavy metal, but it was rock.
What year was this? Let me see. What
Like
year?
67?
2012. So were you? Oh, okay.
yeah, 2012.
If you can compare your band to
Wow, 10 years ago on the Nuts.
Yeah. If you can compare your band to a very huge mainstream band back then, what vibe were you giving?
Maybe a little bit of Tool.
Ooh, I love Tool. Hell yes.
Because Willie, the one that's sitting down, he had a good voice range. He has a good, I mean, I don't know, doing 10 years. He had a good voice range to where he could sing like normally, and then he could be like, rah, like he would scream on like power notes.
So, yeah, he can go soft and hard.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that.
Okay.
My attorney
We all can.
is not approving of that.
So,
Hold on real quick. I don't mean to
no,
interrupt.
go ahead.
Can I go to the restroom?
No, dude. What am I going to do?
I'm going to pee right here. Give me your cup. Is that okay?
Yeah, for sure.
You do edit, right?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go pee.
You don't even know where it
I'll
is.
be right back. Where is it?
So, just take right here where the water is.
Okay.
Just in the door right next to
Okay,
it.
thank you. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
She's cute.
That's actually a person.
Yeah. Is she your girlfriend?
No. She used to work in this building.
And her picture's right here. Everybody
I'll
here
never
died
forget
or
her.
left. R.I.P.
Rest in peace.
I leave that there so you can
I
have
know
it.
I've been taking it.
Okay. I'll be back. Sorry, Angel.
You're good. I'll talk to your lawyer.
Okay, yes.
How long you guys known each other?
Papers.
10 plus years.
Really?
Yeah.
Where'd you guys meet?
In my backyard.
Your backyard.
Yeah, no.
What were you guys doing,
just
like fights or
through
what?
Friends. Through friends.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
through friends. So, yeah. And, yeah.
And are you from here?
Yes, born and raised in Utah my whole life.
I see. You said 3 kids?
3. Yeah.
So the 21 is the youngest?
28 and 30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And my middle child lives in Mexico.
Uh-huh.
Which is kind of crazy. And he owns a sailboat.
A what?
A sailboat in Mexico.
I don't know what that is. A sobo?
A sailboat.
Oh, a sailboat.
Yes. Yeah, he owns a sailboat. And
Okay.
he, just travels. So I'm a little familiar with, like. When
So
he
you've
goes
been
to
there
travel.
then?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Is he married?
No, just single boy.
That's so weird how, because like when you hear people, Latinos coming here, you're like, well, that's happens every day, right? But you don't hear a lot of like Americans going there
White.
to live. Because I'm guessing he's white, right?
White.
Yeah.
As white as you can be.
I worked with the guy long time ago who, for the longest time, he just kept talking about, and I didn't know this. He just kept talking about when he retires. And the more I got to know him, I one time I asked him, I said, hey, so where are you going to retire? And he was like, oh, my wife and I are going to Mexico when I retire. And I'm like, which part? And then he's like, Mérida, Yucatan, which is where I'm from.
Yeah.
I'm like, can you lock it, please? Oh. And I said, you're going to my hometown.
Wow.
And he was like, no, I'm like, that's where I'm from. He's like, shut up.
That's crazy.
And yeah, so I knew a guy that retired and went to live in my hometown with his
A lot of
wife.
white people go,
Yeah.
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot
they
of
are.
Canadians, a ton of Canadians go to Mexico.
And we're trying to leave.
And that's what I was saying is you never hear people going there.
Yeah, it's happening.
It's always
more and more.
Latinos coming here, obviously, right? It happens every day. But when I went long time ago, I went with the first time that I took my ex-wife there, and we went to one of these cenotes. You know cenotes, right? You know
No.
what cenotes is? It's like a hole in the ground that it's fresh water, but it's fed from the ocean, but it's been surrounded by rocks for thousands and thousands of years that it becomes fresh water, but it's from the ocean. And in Yucatan, we have a lot of them because of the steroid that hit or the asteroid.
Oh, that's cool. You're sitting in an asteroid print.
Yeah, so we have a
That's
bunch of underwater caves. I mean, we have it. Plus the Mayan ruins. I mean, we have a shitload.
How many
of stuff.
people have died in those caves? You know the cave divers?
Yeah, I don't know about the cave. I don't know about the cave divers. What I do know is in Chichen Itza, which is like where the Mayan ruin is, or the Mayan temple. They found a cenote that is covered in like green stuff from the plants. Like you can't see the water, but it's a hole in the, like it's a huge hole in the wall. I mean, the wall on the ground. but it's covered. You don't see it because there's so much
Algae.
or whatever, you know. And the story is when they were digging to see what's underneath it, they found a lot of bodies and they found a lot of gold. So then the story is that's where they used to sacrifice people.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
So do you you come from, what are your ancestors? Mayans. Okay. Isn't it Aztec and Mayans down there?
Aztec is more like Mexico City.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, it's crazy.
Mayans is more where I'm from. But like the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs, it landed in Yucatan. Like half of it, like the Yucatan is a triangle, and it was like half of it was.
That's so
it
cool.
was hit by.
Tragic, but so cool.
Yeah.
I love watching.
Is it tragic though? Can you imagine if they never went away?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we would all
Imagine that we build a building and this fucking guy goes. Poof, like, God damn it!
Damn it! There goes that T-Rex again,
So
fucking it up.
no, so I was saying that I worked with a friend that he said. Oh no, I was saying I took my ex-wife there in 2006, and she heard a couple talking in English, so she wouldn't talk to him because she would talk to everybody. And that lady told him, "says Well, we're from Canada, and every single obviously retired, right, full of money, so they had like a whole RV and stuff like that." But that lady was like, every year we skip the winter and we come here every fucking and like they're traveling, right? They're not, oh, we're gonna get in our plane and go there. It's like no, we get the family, the friends, and then we drive there
Wow.
every year.
Hell no, but yeah,
What do you mean hell no?
drive
Yeah, fuck,
from
that sucks.
Canada.
I don't know. Maybe when you get older, it's a good thing.
Yeah, but the whole family? I don't know. But hey, if they're down,
Yeah.
if they can do it. I couldn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking hate. But also, I hate flying. I don't know. No, I love flying. I can't stand flying for too long.
Okay.
Like going to Mexico, 3 hours, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like fuck this.
Yeah. I have, for those of you that are afraid of flying, and you're not,
No,
I am
you are.
extremely. I cry every time.
All right.
But I have a friend that's making some flashcards to help you through the flights. It's called Flight Deck. Yeah, he gave it. I got the rough drafts. I went on a trip last year, and he gave me these cards and said, "Hey, I'm looking into making flashcards for people that are afraid of flying, and it'll show you step by step all the things that you need to be aware of, like the dings and the noises." Because I'm like, "What's that? What's that?"
So you
What
just
is
start
it?
going. I'll give you a story, and I've said this before. So sorry if you heard it before, but I went to Mexico actually last January of 2023. And on the way here, so obviously when you leave Utah, they're spraying the plane, right? Because it's freezing. And we got to Cancun, we did our thing. We came back, so we drove to Cancun, and then we were gonna leave. My first thought was, well, don't they have to spray the plane? Because I know it's hot, right? We're in Cancun, but we're going to freezing temperatures. So that was like my first.
The plane needs a shower.
I was like, what's gonna happen? And then also, I think we kind of knew that the plane was like just leaving the shop. Like they just fixed it.
So you're the dummies.
So you already have that in your head. You're like, okay. So then we go through the whole 9 yards. We get our luggage. We get everything. We get checked in. We get into the plane, and we're just waiting and waiting and waiting. And the pilot says, "We're having troubles with the plane." And mind you, we're in the ground, right? So he's like, "We're having problems with the plane. One of the engines won't stay running." And so at that point, I'm like, well, let's get the fuck out of here, right?
Yeah.
But no, they're just like, we'll figure it out. And you just sit there and you wait and you wait. And I'm like, well, I already don't want to be here. Mm-hmm. Like, why are you, if you are going to do that, then maybe don't tell me.
Well, they said
I don't
it in
know
front
if
of
they
you?
have to. Well, they talk on the thing, on the microphone, right? And so he's saying all this. And I'm thinking it's a legal thing that they have to say. That's all I can think of. But like me, I'm like, well, don't tell me. Like if it's because he actually mentioned it happens all the time, and we'll get it figured out, and then we'll take off. If that's the thing, then don't alarm me with that shit.
Yeah.
Just do your thing,
put it
and
in
then
my
let's
head.
yeah, exactly. So then after that, he said, okay, so they haven't been able to figure out why, and the way I can explain it, kind of repeating his words, he was gonna find a remote control that was gonna start the engine. They were gonna plug it into the plane. They were gonna start the engine, and then the engine was gonna be running the whole time until we take off. So now he said, it happens all the time. The only difference is gonna be it's gonna be a little loud while we wait, because the engine's gonna be running. He says, but we'll get on our way. And I'm like,
Just made it worse.
I'll tell you what made it worse. We started moving, and at that point, it's like, well, I guess here we go. Here goes nothing. Whatever is gonna happen. And the little bit that I know about airplanes is like, if once you get to the top height, then you're kind of like okay, because you can land, right? You just gotta find a place and then you land. Mm-hmm. It's the takeoff, right? The takeoff and the landing is the worst part of it.
Yeah.
So then we started going, and as we're going on the runway, we get to a point where the plane stopped, and there comes ambulances, fire trucks, pickup trucks, like 6 or 7 trucks. They block the plane. Everybody, and this is dark. Like, this is already nighttime, so you can't see anything but their sirens. And I'm like, I'm already getting out. I'm like, let's get out of here. But no,
They don't let you though, huh?
but off we went, and obviously you're taking off, and you're like,
God. Dear God.
all you know, all you will hear is a poof, and you're,
Yeah.
or he doesn't, and he does this.
Did
right?
they
And
offer
so
drinks? I would have been like,
No.
dear God, please bring that cart because I'm not going to die
Do you have
sober.
Xanax, by the way?
I am not dying sober. I get pretty drunk in planes because I will not die sober. Because in my head, I'd be thinking
But it's
about
just the plane, or like you just don't want to die sober at all.
No, I would, if I was sober, I'd be thinking about my kids, my children. I would cry. If I was drunk, I'd be like, fuck it, let's
Fuck
go
it.
down. Like, see you in hell.
Let me drive this motherfucker.
I don't want to die with that anxiety of, my baby.
But is that just when you fly, or is like everywhere?
No, when I fly. It's
Like
crazy.
if there's a drive-by, you're like, I need a shot or something.
Yeah,
or
when
it's just
something
like-
stressful goes down, I'm like, it's time to drink, everybody. No, it's pretty bad to the point where I have to tell the staff, like, hey, just so you know, I have a fear of
I
flying.
need to get fucked up.
And I need you guys to kind of like hold my hand. And some of them do, and some of them are like, you're annoying.
Yeah.
But this last flight, this guy, he was so adorable. I told him immediately, like, hey, he was a flight attendant. Mm-hmm. And I said, I'm really scared of flying. I just want you to know, because if you see me crying or freaking out, I may need a little help. Come and like give me a hug. And he would give me champagne on champagne on champagne. I went up to go to the bathroom. I was in line, and he goes, how come you're afraid of flying? Like, the worst part is lifting, and we're already in the air. Like,
Yeah.
you're okay. And I said, well, I watch movies. I've seen Castaway, and
Did you see that fucking plane whose
the one
window
that,
came off?
The window came off, and I think of that 9/11, and and he said,
No, we took care of that motherfucker. I was kidding.
but he was like,
Yeah, but hold on. I thought when the door opens, we're all getting sucked out of
like
the plane. Yeah, that's a lot of movies. We've been watching a lot of
hey,
movies.
they're
though.
fucking with us, and that's what I told him. Like, I watch movies, and it traumatized me. And he goes, go to the bathroom. When you come out, I'm gonna have another like. And he wasn't even that time. He wasn't supposed to even be giving out drinks. And he's like, go to the bathroom. When you come out, I'm gonna have another cup waiting for you.
Were you with your husband?
Yeah, and my
Oh, then
husband.
go to the bathroom and do the high mouth club.
No,
I'll get your mind off
You
of it.
actually get in trouble. It's a felony now. Yeah, it's a thing.
I've done it every single. I'm just kidding.
Whatever.
I've never done it.
That's nervy. And when it was at nighttime when I flew, it's quiet. People know. That's gross. And I'm going to tell you this:
Unless you're loud,
when
which
you-
I am. I'm just kidding.
when you go in the bathroom, you see the piss on the floor, and you don't know if people wash their hands. I'm not going to be laying my body. I'm a germ. No, I hate even.
You don't have to. I don't know.
it's small.
You do have to be, you do have to be flexible though, because it's
and
like a phone booth in there.
I don't know if you met my husband, but he's kind of a big boy.
Yeah, it's a big boy.
So my head would be in the toilet, like.
Yeah.
No.
You're like this against the wall.
Yeah, like yeah. I would be like, my makeup.
Yeah, that's right. The next person that goes in sees your face, your
my
makeup,
whole
and your face on the door.
Lashes just splattered on the wall. Yeah, no, fuck those planes. And yeah, so I came out, and sure enough,
I love flying.
oh,
I
hate
do,
it.
especially. And there's always that fear, right? There's always the fear, like if there's a point in time when I remember that I'm Christian, is when I'm about to fly.
Yeah, you start praying to God.
Yeah, but like I think is the taking off when you're going faster. And you're like, this is fast, and then you go even faster and faster and faster. And then as you look down, you see the point of the point of the plane just go up, and you're like, oh, and then you feel it, and you know that you're not in the air anymore, or you
feel
in
the
the ground
wheels
anymore.
popping back in the body, and
Well,
you're like,
that's
shit,
nice,
this is
yeah.
it. This is up to God. Now
Yeah.
it's God.
Yeah.
I actually got sat next to a Christian lady. You
You were fucking sick.
no, but
she
it
wasn't
was-
gonna go anywhere.
No, but she spoke
But
in
of course,
tongues.
if you guys die, she'll go to heaven, and then you're fucked.
Well, she was praying for me because she saw that I was like grabbing onto my husband and crying, and she was like, put her hand and hovered it over my body and was like, like praying for me, and I'm like, oh shit, and it made it worse because I'm like,
you're like,
we
thank
really
you.
are
You're
dying.
like taking a shot.
We are dying. And she was praying for everybody. She's like, dear baby Jesus, the pilot, please guide him. And I'm like, it's not making it better. I feel like you're praying over our graves. It just didn't sound right.
I have a friend who has a friend who is a girl that I wanted to have on the podcast for the longest time. I don't think they're friends anymore, but that friend was a pilot. And ever since I came back from that trip, I still want to have a pilot here. And I want to ask him these questions. Because there was a point in time back home, my mom also had one of her best friends' nephew or cousin or whatever. He was studying to be a pilot, or he was a pilot at one point. So I remember when my mom would throw a party at the house, I would just be in and out, like grabbing some snacks and shit like that, and it'll be my mom's friends. Like I would know them, like because they would come over regularly. And this guy came in and he started talking about airplanes, and I was fascinated because I didn't know you can still fly a plane with one engine.
No, don't tell me
And
that.
you can still land, you can still do everything. I mean, and so I've been dying to ask somebody, hey, they told me that the fucking engine won't stay running. Is that a normal thing? Because the guy made it sound like, it's just a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Would you be comfortable if a woman flew a plane?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Does that mean that if I knew the woman was doing it, I'd be like, okay, when I go into a
Wait,
plane.
so you wouldn't be comfortable?
No, and I'm sorry, which good for them if they can do it, fuck it up. But I am that person that you have to have a strong jaw and a big nose and tall. Just you gotta look like you can handle
So
the
if
plane.
your husband was like, I can fly the plane, you'd be like, okay.
I'd be like, you're good. No. I'm saying with the proper training, but
Yeah.
also the look. If I saw a woman, I'd be like, fuck, like. No.
Is that what happens in your Uber?
We're
You see a
gonna
girl
die.
driving, like, God damn it.
If it was an Asian girl Uber, I'd be like, fuck.
Hurting minorities over here. That's the name of the
I'm
podcast.
I would be I would be like, I'm here to support,
No,
but
I'll probably
I am
just-
going
I'll
to pray
probably-
extra hard.
I probably just, where's that Christian lady?
Where's that Christian lady?
And where's
Sorry.
my shot?
I know this is going to trigger a lot of people. They're going to get so mad at me, but it's true. I need to see a big structured, brick of a man.
I
and be
probably
like,
just walk into the plane because you know how when you walk into the plane, they're there just to like greet you or whatever. Like if I knew that there was a girl pilot, I'd be like, "What's up?" Like, oh, fist bumper. It was like, yeah.
You're like, yeah.
Fucking yeah.
Okay,
Because you
good.
know it's not her first plane. It's not her first flight.
Is it?
They have to have a certain. They have to have a certain amount. And see, this is the questions that we can ask. When I have a, how about this? Next time I have a, when I have a pilot here, I'll let you know so you can come ask all your questions.
Yeah. Well, do like send a question before the pilot gets here so I can
That's
send
a
it
Dre
to you.
thing.
Ah, damn it.
No, I'm just kidding. I'll do it.
My son's current girlfriend, is in pilot school.
Oh God. Yeah.
There's that connection right there.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm saying I guess it's just the old school like mentality where it's like
You're sexist.
I'm a sexist. So I don't know. I feel like if someone's building my house, I don't want to see 8 women with beards and belts. Like,
Well, that's all the time we have. Thank you so much for coming.
okay, you should edit that part out because we're gonna get canceled.
Is that why you cook?
I'd be like, but yeah, I cook because I'm a woman. I need to stay
What's your
to
next
make a
page
fucking
about washing
sandwich.
dishes?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Oh God, this took the wrong turn, the wrongest turn. Please edit.
The lawyer's like, we gotta get the fuck out of
Yeah,
here.
we gotta go. I told you to stop me. You're not stopping me.
Hey, so
Anyways, I'm in trouble.
let's tell people what's your page so they can hit you there. So
Back to food.
the wife with the knife.
Mm-hmm.
How did this come along? Whose idea was it? What are you doing with it? I mean, what? Because I heard you putting on your story. I think it was last week, a couple weeks ago. I'm guessing you have your personal page, and you were in between. Do I keep them both? Do I keep the one, or do I put them together? Or like, what's? How did this all come to be a thing?
Well, I've been cooking for years, and then social media came around and made these little videos that it was all Snapchat. You know, Snapchat, you get on there, 5-8 second videos. And that's how I started. I would just post when I woke up and cooked. Everything, like 90% of the stuff I posted on Snapchat was me cooking or food. And I was getting people private messaging me like, you should make this a thing. You should get a YouTube channel. People are already doing it, you know? And I just don't like seeing myself on screen. I didn't. I wasn't comfortable with my voice. I also wanted to lose weight. You know, there's never a perfect time.
Yeah.
My teeth didn't look great. I wanted my braces. I just wanted it to be, I wanted to look perfect. Yeah. And then, over time, Instagram came in. I started doing little things on Instagram on my personal page. And I would get people like Dre or my lawyer here. Just a ton of people reaching out and saying, you should do something about this cooking thing. YouTube channel was the big one, which I haven't gotten there yet, but I want to eventually. And then I started seeing more and more people. Do you not see how many people cook now? Everybody, even people that don't even cook. Yeah. They take out the hot dogs, throwing in a crock pot and throw in ranch dressing and pasta, and they just put the lid on it. And they're getting, so I just thought, if they're doing that, why can't I? I guess you don't have to be perfect anymore. Yeah. I used to think it was something where you had to be perfect.
But I think you take it to another level because you know how to cook.
Yeah.
So you're actually making legit food, right? Like me, I will be the one making the hot dogs because it's just throw them in the thing. And
those people are getting millions of views because it's realistic. And it just clicked. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. When am I ever going to have the perfect teeth, skin? Just get on there, you know. And I have braces now. I wanted to do it.
Why was that a thing?
I don't know. It's just me.
I mean, you're not there in your bikini cooking.
No.
So I don't think it matters.
I don't know. I was seeking perfection.
I had a show here when the camera was there and we would just sit on couches. If I gained 1 pound, you would be like, oh, look at that guy. Like, you could definitely see it. But I got to a point when I was like, whatever, man.
Exactly. You had to say, fuck it. And really, who am I impressing? I'm doing it because I love to cook.
Yeah.
I want to share my recipes or just I like sharing people like my lifestyle, like what I do, what life is for a stay-at-home Mexican mother with a blue-collared husband. And if I'm going to wait to look perfect, that's never going to happen.
Yeah.
This is perfect. So let's just do it. And I remember someone said, you have a camera, right? On your phone. So what are you waiting for? Everyone does it. All you got to do is prop it up.
Yeah.
And I promise you, that's where people will love you the most, when you're not trying to be perfect.
Yeah.
So I did it. I got the guts. And now I'm seeing that, when I'm on Wife with the Knife page, all I do is talk about my food memes and all that. So I'm like, maybe I should bring them into my not my all the time. You're not going to see when I'm yelling at my husband.
No, for sure.
But definitely, when the house is crazy or what we're doing to our house. So I wanted to mesh that in with my personal page. Or if you'll see my Mexican family when we have parties, or my friends when we get together. And so I don't know whether that's the smartest thing to do, is bring my personal life with my cooking, or just leave it alone. Because my cooking page is kind of boring. It just stays, I just post when I cook and that's it.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to bring a little more personality.
Are you more in, would you say your personal page is busier?
It used to be. I stopped because the holidays and whatnot. So I'm like, maybe if I just do both, it will stay busy because I'm doing both at once. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? Yeah. I don't know. What's your opinion? What do you...
I never thought of that. But that Wife with a Knife it's a fairly new page, right?
It's like a year old.
See, my page for the pod is almost 5 years old. So I have so much stuff there, and I've done it separately that I'd rather just keep it like that.
Yeah.
But like I said, I have 300, 400 posts. So I don't know if it'll. I don't know. I like to have it separate, but that's just me.
Yeah. Because
I feel like the people, like the people that follow the podcast, and this is. I could be wrong. Obviously, I could be completely wrong. But I feel like the people that follow the podcast, they want to see podcast stuff. Like the people that want to up in the podcast, they don't want to see me hanging out with my family.
Sometimes you do.
That's what I'm saying. That's just what I think. For all I know, I'm wrong.
I follow true crime, women that do podcasts, true crime, and I kind of want to see, what do you do when you go after this? Because they're so interesting and their personality is so great already. I'm like, I kind of want to see what you do with your family. I want to barbecue with you, go on live. So,
but what are you saying? They don't have personal pages?
Some they do, but it's very, they don't post a lot. And I kind of want to see outside of.
That's because maybe on that part of them, they're kind of more private.
Yes, which I respect, but it would be kind of nice just to give me a glimpse of, because you're so interesting, you're so cool, like, let me follow you home. But you do have to be careful, right? I don't want to really, and I won't post my kids on there if they don't want to. Yeah. My kids always say, Mom, why don't you have me on there? They'll say that. And they'll be like, all right, let's make a video. But yeah, and then my husband's he's not social like me. There's times where he's like, all right, I'll be on the camera, but
I like what was the thing he said? The hub with the chub?
Yeah, I asked him if I was Wife with a Knife, what would he be? He's like, I'm a hub with a chub.
That was funny.
And people love that stuff. They love that interaction, and it's hard to know when to mesh it and when not to.
I have the same problem because I haven't started it. Like if I was going to do content outside of the studio, I don't know if at this point, I don't know if I should throw it on the YouTube of the podcast or my own YouTube.
Yeah, see?
That's what I don't know. Because I want to do that, and I want to do, there's a couple of ideas that I have there that I'll talk about it on the right time. But at this point, I don't know. Should I throw it on the podcast? Should I throw it on my own?
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah.
But I feel like the right kind of people, like your audience, will just follow you no matter what. Are you questioning yourself because you don't want to lose followers, or you just don't?
No, it's just I find it kind of, the way I see things is how I consume things, right? Like how I consume podcasts is the idea that I have to start a project. Right, I have people that I follow on YouTube, on their personal YouTube, and that's how they make content. And it's separated from their podcast. That I'm like, oh, maybe I should do that. But maybe I don't know if I want to get into follow my new podcast, because this page has some followers, right? It doesn't have a lot, but it has many. So I don't know if I start a new one or just throw it there. I don't know.
Huh.
And by the time I get to that point, I don't think it's gonna matter. I'm not gonna. The reason why I think about it, but I'm not losing sleep over it because I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
Like once I do it, then I think it'll be like a 20-second thought, and then I'll be like, fuck it, let's put it here.
It'll come naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not going to be fun anymore if you do that. You know, if you stress out over that.
Yeah.
That's me too. I'm like, when I started The Wife with a Knife, I was like, I have to make content every day, and I have to please everyone every day. And I got to the point where I'm like, you know what? It's on my terms.
Yeah.
And if something comes from this, great. If not, I'm having fun, and I'm still going to do it. I'm going to keep my page, but I don't want to make it where it's. I'm like losing sleep.
That's one of the cool things that happened when I branched out on my own, because now, and not that I ever wanted my partner to leave. Like obviously I would like to have him, but now I have the freedom of, I mean, look what time it is, what day it is, and we're doing this.
I know.
With him, it would have been, hey, this day at this time, or it can't happen. So nowadays, and obviously it's the winter time, so our job is a little slow. So I have that flexibility to say, oh, you can't do it today, you want to do it tomorrow? I was like, if I don't have anything going on, it's like, yeah, let's do it tomorrow. Right? Like us, we were supposed to record on Wednesday. You're like, hey, I have this. I'm flying a plane on Wednesday. And I'm like, oh, okay. So then we came and did it Saturday.
Yeah.
So I have that flexibility, which is cool.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah,
that means
for sure.
a lot, because not a lot of people want to, do this on Saturday.
Well, when I started talking to her about it, I was like, hey, you want to come to the podcast? She goes, yeah, I'm good from Monday to Friday, and from like 10 o'clock in the morning to like 3. I'm like, well, you've been podcasting with Dre a lot.
No.
Because that's not even a realistic schedule.
Well, and me and Dre have podcasted usually 5, 6 o'clock. But this
in the afternoon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But parent-teacher conference
for sure.
came, and that's where I'm like, shit, I screwed up.
No, I like...
Because I could have done it, but...
And especially another advantage is that I can do episodes by myself.
Yeah.
So if I need to have you, like right now recording with you, I'm not rushed out to put this in 2 days, because I'm going to put my out into, my episode by myself in 2 days. And then you and I will be the next week, which I have the entire week to edit.
Oh, good.
So
I don't feel so bad.
That's something that I gained while doing this by myself. It's like, oh, I have the flexibility to do whatever I want.
Yeah, it is hard when you have
Speak
partners.
Spanish, by the way?
Yes, but I understand it more than I speak it.
Okay.
Like the big words, the big crazy complex words, no. But I can carry conversation.
Okay.
But I'll probably get stuck. Yeah. My dad doesn't speak very good English. Mm-hmm. And so when we talk in Spanish, I'm very Spanglish. Mm-hmm. But he knows, he gets it.
The reason I know I just asked that question out of nowhere, but the reason why I ask is because I have this idea when I started this is to do episodes in Spanish. Mm-hmm. But just like you, there's a lot of people that are so used to speaking English that if I start like an episode in Spanish, one of us, and it gets to that point, right, when you're like, how do you say, and then you say the word in English because you can't remember it in Spanish. So the idea that I have is that I start doing an episode in Spanish, and every time we said something in English, we gotta take a shot.
Oh shit! I'd be so drunk. You'd have to drag me. I couldn't drive here.
Oh, yeah. The lawyer's here.
Yeah. I got my attorney. I got Ubers. But that's hard. But how good in Spanish are you?
Fluent.
Full on fluent.
Well, I came here when I was 18.
Yeah, you're right. Shit.
And my mom is all Spanish.
See, and when I got brought
That's
here...
one of the reasons I got the job that I got, because being in a construction company, a lot of the people that we hired they're Spanish speakers.
Yeah.
And there's nobody in that, and like in our department, there's nobody in that place that speaks Spanish. The guy that I took over, the guy that I took over for, he went to Latin America for his. You drunk already?
No, keep talking. I spilled.
You're on camera anyway. I'm gonna put it so you can show it.
No, don't do it. Okay. Go ahead.
So the person that was before me, the one that I took over for, he did his, what do you call it? I just lost it. The Mormon thing. His
missionary.
mission. He did his
missionary.
He did his mission in a Latin America country. So that's why he kind of knows. But even he was like, I hate when I get stuck. I hate
Really? It's so hot though. Like these white guys talking Spanish. I'm like, damn, that's hot.
You think so?
I think it's so cute. It's like they're trying, you know?
I think if I knew how to cook, I'll have more sex appeal for women.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, an exotic man with an accent over a stove.
My
you
dress.
kill it. You got to start cooking. How is your mom a cook, but you did not learn how to cook?
I don't know. It's so weird. I just never like spending the time. I just never like that. Okay, now I wait. It's like, what?
But you know what? Your mom never pressured you because you're a man.
Maybe. Yeah.
Because in our Latin culture,
Yep.
males don't have to do that.
I'll tell you what, and this is I talk about her a lot lately, but I didn't learn how to do my laundry until I got married. Because even if I wanted to learn, my mom is like, hey, like without me asking, when I was living with my mom is like, hey, your laundry's done. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, they do it for you.
Yeah. And so it wasn't until I got married, my ex-wife was like, wait, what? How old are you? I was like, I just never, like, I couldn't say, hey, can you teach me? Because it'll be done by then. Like,
Is she Latina?
My mom?
Your ex-wife?
No, she's whiter than sour
Oh,
cream.
so she didn't get it. Why you were so damn spoiled.
Yeah.
I remember.
Brown. Oh, ew.
Well, you grow up. See, not anymore. Things have changed. But my mom would tell me when she was growing up, she picked up after her brothers. Her brothers did not.
Yeah.
They sat on the table, and it was the
an
sisters
old school
get up,
mentality, yeah.
go. You know, and it's still like that now. But I do it because I stay home.
Yeah.
I get the luxury of being with my kids. When my husband comes home, Kevin very much does it. He's like, I'm a grown man, I can do it. But I'm just like, no, let me do it because you work so damn hard out here.
Yeah.
Let me do it. But now he's getting used to it to the point where we're at parties and he's like, he just sits there, just looking at me. And I'm like, you motherfucker. Lo costumbre, you know? You got him used to it. But it's because, I don't know, maybe I'm old school in that way. I just feel like my dad... The men in my family working their asses off, I'm going to serve them.
That's how it is. I actually think that's the reason why my parents weren't married for so long. Because my mom is not that kind of person. My mom is like, no, my mom was never, and my mom told me one time, it's like, I wasn't going to just be at home and reproduce kids. I was like, I was going to go out there and do my shit.
Yeah.
And your dad never liked that.
Oh.
So my dad wanted to be the one that's like, no, I'll do it. And when I first got married, I wanted to do that for my ex-wife. I was like, I want to get to a point where you don't have to work.
Yeah.
And like in a couple of years in, we're like, oh, no. You and I are going to work for the rest of our lives. Because that's how we get better. Two income, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah. To each their own. But me personally, I had really bad experiences growing up in daycares and my mom putting me in other people's care. I always said I would never.
And we also had the advantage that we literally lived around the corner from my mom, and my mom back then, she was a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
And then she would take care of our kids.
Yeah.
And then we will pay my mom.
Oh,
So it was like we were all helping each other. So we
Yeah.
have that luxury of like, oh, we can both go out and work.
Yeah.
But yeah, we adopted to everything we needed.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I love it. I love being a stay-at-home mom, and that's just my thing. My mom was a big-time hustler. She got here and was like, I'm going to do better. You know, I'm going to climb that ladder, and it was great. But I'm like, if me personally, from my experience, if I can stay home and take care of my kids until they go to school, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And, that's my thing.
So where do you see this Wife with the Knife page or project or idea or what? I mean, what do you got going on? Like for you and that, are you gonna turn it into a show, like a YouTube show?
Yeah, the next step, YouTube.
Okay, just you making your own recipes and stuff.
My own, and they won't even be my own because now, what we cook, everyone does it.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm just going to cook because I love to. I'll put in my flair, my personality. You'll see my husband here and there and stuff. And if you like it, you do. You know, it's just...
Yeah. That'd be so funny. You're like cooking for your YouTube and then your husband's in the back just working. He's like sawing some drywall and shit.
Well, we were talking about that. He works for my father owns a concrete company. And my husband, he's like basically his foreman, you know. His right-hand man.
Shout out to those concrete guys, dude. They work hard.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's a hard job.
It is. That's why I spoil him so much when he gets home. That motherfucker. But, no, he said...
He is a motherfucker.
He said, you should come to our job sites with a grill and just on our before lunch, just cook for us and make that your content. That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I've seen that on YouTube videos, but it's, so I'm like, I'll do that. I think that's awesome. That's a really good.
Yeah.
And he's like, you just cook everywhere we go. We go camping and I'm fucking it up. He's like, do that. Do outdoor things. Go outside of the house.
So are you recording just with your phone right now?
Yeah, just with my phone. I edit. But I do eventually want to get a better camera and all that.
Sure.
But like I said, some people like the authenticity of just what you get from your phone.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you like to watch? What's your favorite food content? What do you like to see?
Food content?
Yeah, what do you like to see?
I like more of if I go towards what fulfills me per se and like what gets me comfortable is making content that is not as serious. I mean, this show, I started it to have serious conversations with people, but I'm not that serious. I'm more of a outgoing guy more than a serious guy. I just wanted to start this so I can have different kind of the show that we had before. It was literally a dick and fart jokes. It was just two guys. We worked together, construction guys. So it was blue collar workers, and we would talk about whatever. And like there was no filter. Like, we would just say whatever. It was like two guys talking in a locker room. And like when I started this, like I still want to keep that with my friends, right? The same friends will show up and we'll be here on the podcast on an episode every now and then. Like I still want that, but I also want to sit down with like more serious people. But my content go-to is entertaining. It's fun. It's laugh.
Okay.
So I like that.
You like, but when you watch food content, you like a little comedy.
Exactly. If they make it fun, I was like, oh, this is awesome.
And
it keeps me entertained.
It could be shitty. What if they cook really shitty as long as they have personality?
Yeah.
See, and that's why I want to mesh mine with my personal life because when I cook, I don't really like make jokes or nothing. I even tell the kids like, hey, go to the room, because I want them to hear the kitchen and the knives.
Yeah.
But if I bring them in with my personal life, it's actually pretty fucking fun. Like there's more to me than just the wife with a knife cooking. I've got some amazing friends, a funny, serious husband, and some really crazy kids. So I want people to, I don't know, feel like, what do you call it? Like connect with me. Like, she lives just like
networking.
us. Yeah. And we can relate to her because she's a mom, but she also likes to have a little wine at night. And I don't know. I think that's kind of cool.
Nice.
So I might bring in all that
together. So you think it'll
soon.
get them together?
Yeah, I think so. Without getting too personal.
What are you going to call it, though?
I don't know. And you know what? I feel like some people don't even like wife. I'm starting to not like wife with a knife. I'm like, does it sound so hostile and just, it doesn't even sound like you're cooking.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're about to stab someone. Am I right? Some people
I like the name. It's a clever name.
Some people think it's catchy. Some people think it's a little like, the hell, this bitch is crazy. So I'm trying to but I don't want to, I want to please everybody, but I have to please myself. So I'm trying to find a good medium. I don't know. We'll figure it out. To be continued. It's only January.
Yeah. I love the name. I think it's awesome.
You don't think like, este pinche loca.
That's esta pinche Lola.
Esta pinche Lola loca.
No, I like it. I mean, regardless, I think you should keep the name and just put your name at the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah. And we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Where do you want to take this? Or what's your next step?
If I get to a point where this pays for itself, I'm good.
Yeah?
Like if I get to the point where I get sponsors and the sponsors are basically paying my rent, I'm like, I'm set. I'll do this forever.
Really? Oh, yes. Isn't that so nice?
Yeah. I think at this point I'm getting more joy and I'm getting more back by just sitting here and having conversations.
Yeah.
Than just having to be a famous podcast or something. If he pays my bills, I was like,
If you're steady,
like, and
comfortable.
not even my bills. If he pays for this, I'm like, I'm set.
Isn't it nice?
Yeah.
Because you're happy.
Yeah.
You're getting paid to do something you love. That's the best thing.
Yeah.
And when it starts feeling like a job,
Yeah, exactly.
that's yeah.
And I have some ideas of people that I just go, oh, I can fucking wait. But we'll see.
You know what I would love? I would love, and maybe you don't want. This is just what I would love to do. Just talking to you, is to not every time, but when you go visit your mom and do your little dinners, I'd like to kind of see that. Either see, or you should have your mom on here like once. I don't know. Your mom sounds very interesting.
Maybe
I'd love to.
I have a mom here.
I need to listen to
back
this.
when it was so it used to be called the other side of the beehive, and I think it was about 2 years ago. I had my mom, and I sat here and we went over, when we came here and stuff like that. I mean, my mom is a hood. My mom is like, she's funny.
She's OG.
But she's an OG. But when she gets to, when we talk about this, it's more of a, how Latinas mom are like, oh, people are gonna be looking at me, and I wanna.
Yeah.
And my mom came here and acted shy, and then every now and then, like for her birthday, I threw out like videos of her. Like she was like playing the air drums in my truck, and she didn't know I was recording. And then she's like, "See what I did?" And then she turned to me, and I'm recording. She's like, "Oh my God, no!" Like she freaks out. But like that's how I know my mom to be from Monday to Sunday. It's just people don't get to see that.
No.
Right? But I will say, next time I go and she's doing the huevos motuleños, I might have to, because when I was talking to Justin, the guy that used to be here, he was like, "That sounds delicious," and I was like, I'll take a picture next time.
No,
send it. Yeah.
Bring people to her kitchen, and if she doesn't like her face to be shown, do her hands. I always do that to my mom. My mom's very private. She doesn't like talking about anything personal, and she doesn't like her face on,
Yeah.
But I always say, Mom, at least let me get your hands. People need to see you. So do that. I would love to see your mom's cooking.
Yeah, for sure. And even her husband. I mean, her husband is
Hell yeah.
top notch shit.
Hell yeah. We need to go check that place out. Or is that?
In Magna?
Yeah. No. He's
The one he works at?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you all about it.
And the one in Magna. I want that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So what are we cooking next time?
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Something fun.
Yeah.
We should.
All right. You don't eat spicy, so
Yeah.
that's so boring.
I will. It's just, if it's spicy, I can take spicy, but when it's like, it's like that, to me, that takes away. I was like, oh, come on, man. See, your lawyer agrees with me.
See, and I don't, my palate is so strong. Like I could,
Yeah.
so I don't know what's mild. I don't. So when I cook,
It was mild ketchup. Just
yeah,
kidding.
yeah. But when I cook, I usually tell my daughter or my husband, like, you got to try it before I add on more,
Yeah.
because I don't know when to stop. I don't know what
The
mild
husband's
is.
like, oh, this is good. You're like, pussy.
Yeah, no, and he's Cajun, so he can take heat.
Oh, the hell you are.
He's like the perfect white man for me. He's not the pussy man. He's
Yeah.
the hardcore.
Isn't that funny how we like whites instead of browns?
Hey, we're gonna get canceled if we continue to
Why?
talk about these
No, we're
race.
brown. We're shitting on our own people. It's
All
fine.
right,
well, you
well,
shit on everybody else. But
what is our fascination with white people?
I'd tell you what how I realized this. It was that I came here, and I said this before, obviously. I came here when I was 18, and then I was like, my first girlfriends were Latinas, were Mexicans, were one from El Salvador and stuff like that. And then at one point I was like, why did I go to another country to find a Latina? That was my thing. Mm-hmm. And that was the day the blondes started being my thing.
The blondes.
Yeah. But it was everywhere, because when I was in junior high, there was a friend that I had. She was like blonde and blue eyes, and I was like, oh. Obviously there was like levels, right? I was like, fuck out of here. You will never get this, or whatever. No, we never even talked like that, but I realized, I'm like, I don't know if I want to go with Latinas being in another country. That was my thing.
And what about humor, personality, the hobbies?
Yeah, I mean that takes part too, obviously, but I'm not that picky. Like I like. As long as she's good looking, I don't care.
Oh, so you are shallow. Looks are important.
Obviously, like I'm not gonna be with someone that I'm like, ew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But being married for so long, I don't see marriage in my like at this point like at all. I mean, I'm already not having kids, and I made sure I'm fixed so I don't have kids. That's how much I don't want kids.
Yeah.
And so now that I don't have a wife, it's like, oh, it's we're gonna be community property over here.
So now it's not a white people thing. You're just down for anything that's cute.
The DTF? That what you're talking
You're
about?
DTF for anything. But we're talking about back in the day, the fascination of being with a white person, right?
Yeah.
And to me, it was dating a Hispanic guy or a brown guy felt like dating my cousin. It was the same aunts, the same crazy aunts, the same jealous mom. It was, and I know I hate to stereotype, but it really did. It was a thing.
You cook for him, and I was like, my mom does it better.
Yeah,
God
no,
damn it.
really, you couldn't do better than their mom. They were all mama's boy. The sisters were jealous and mean, and it was just. I'm like, man, I feel like I'm just the same shit all the time. And then you meet these white people that are like, we're snowboarding, zoomies, and the humor was like disgusting, and they would flash their balls, and I'm just like, these guys are.
That was our last podcast.
Yeah.
That's why I changed it.
These guys are fucking crazy, and I love it. They're just like no fear, and they're just nuts and crazy, but they're also don't expect to be served. They're not mama's boys, and that was just not anymore. We've all grown out of that, but back then it was like every brown guy you dated, there was his mom or sister, at least for me, and I'm like, fuck this. And then I get with this white guy, and his family leaves him completely the fuck alone. Yeah. And when I've served him in the past, they'd be like, Lola, what are you doing? Yeah. He's a grown man. Yeah. Let him serve himself. I'm like, okay, I kind of like this. Yeah. And I remember when I went to visit my husband's family for the first time, I woke up at 6 a.m, made my bed, because my mom always said, you know, the worst guest is the one that wakes up late, doesn't do their bed, doesn't clean up after himself, or offers to do the dishes. So I went in like of my mom.
I'll take care of everything.
Yeah, I'm going to show them that I am like the best fucking guest. I go downstairs 7 o'clock, all dressed up, ready for the day. No one's down there. It's fucking empty. And I'm just sitting there till like, I think 11 noonish, just watching like the daily, you know, the morning show with my coffee, waiting for the fucking family to come down. And my husband's family, finally, his mom in a robe and her hair up, all tied up. And she's like, Lola, we don't fucking do that here. She's like, whatever you're doing, don't do that tomorrow. Yeah. We wake up.
That's not brown shit.
Yeah, that's what she said. She's like, whatever you do in your family or culture, we don't do that shit here. We wake up whenever the fuck we want. And now you're pressuring me, so don't do that again. Nice. And she just goes back upstairs and falls back asleep.
Go to sleep, goddamn.
And and at noon, I'm like, all right, bullshit.
One of the things that I do love from being Latino is that, and it was a conversation that we'll have with my old partner for the longest time, because obviously Christmas for the regular person, talking about American people, it's like, oh my god, it's like the family stuff, and you know, we get
matching pajamas,
we get to be together and eat and all that shit. And Justin is same situation for him, right? It's like, oh, Christmas and the snow and everything, and he will ask me, and I'm like, oh yeah, just whatever.
Because I see him every fucking weekend.
Exactly. Give me another fist bump for that. Because it's the same thing. Because I was like, you don't understand. Like, I have Christmas with my family once a weekend. I mean, once a week. Like, we're not gonna do, if we do anything different, we're just gonna dress different. Yeah. But like, I'm like, I don't know, and I'm not saying that they're not tight with this, or he's not tight with his family. He is, but it's not a normal thing for them. Oh, let's get together every weekend, right? No. And I got, it's kind of, this is gonna sound kind of shitty, but I at this point in my life, I know a lot of people that don't have a mom because she passed away. Then now I'm like, oh, it's got, like, if everything goes the way it's supposed to, there was gonna be a point in time my mom is not gonna be here, right? So in my eyes, I'm like, I'm gonna spend as much time as I can. And don't get me wrong, sometimes I'm like, oh,
you do need a break.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
Not a break, but sometimes I get lazy because I live in West Valley. She lives in Daybreak, and when she's like, "Are you coming?" I'm like,
yeah.
Because she used to live around the corner from me. I was like, oh, this is perfect. Oh. But now I'm like, oh.
See,
she's like, hurry up, it's getting cold. I'm like, Mom, you're not around the corner anymore. Like, give me some fucking, give me some time.
Yes.
But the the getting together with my family is still a thing.
It's normal.
So Christmas, I just had Christmas last weekend. You know what I mean? Like my mom's husband is there, my little brother's there, my mom is there, and it's just the four of us because my sister's not around. And we get together and we eat, and we have this every weekend. So the food might be different.
Yeah.
But I just had this last week. So for me, it's not a wow, let's fucking, because we're doing it every week.
So true. And that happened. Yeah. We had Christmas was it Thanksgiving? We had New Year's in Vegas to meet with our family halfway. 2 weeks after that, my cousin's calling me saying, "What are you doing? I'm on my way from Arizona." And I was expecting a chill weekend, but we're not like, you have to tell us in advance.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like that for us.
Yeah.
You can call and you have to welcome them in.
Also, and this is another thing that it kind of divides us, not divides us, but like kind of how we are. People like my ex-wife would say, "Oh, my brother is here from Wendover," and then I'm like, "Oh, okay." And like in my head, I'm like, at one point we're gonna go see him, and then next time I ask, he's like, "Oh no, he's back," and I go, "I'm like, so how long has it been since you saw your brother?" "This long." And we didn't go see him, and she was like, "Well, they didn't do anything." First of all, because we're the only ones here, if we had a family member that came, they're coming to us, obviously, but we will never have that when, we just had a family member come here and then we don't see him
And they're passing
that's
by.
that's not a thing for us. That's a fucking,
you.
you're coming, dude, we're gonna get the party going.
Yeah.
Like that's for us. That's how it is.
Yeah, and I don't get the respect. They're not we don't do that.
Yeah.
We're so like, we know it's an unspoken thing.
Yeah.
If we're in the fucking same state,
Yeah, exactly.
we're gonna see each other.
stop. Yeah, exactly.
And my husband's family visited last year. They went to Yellowstone. They did like this trip to Yellowstone, then went to Arizona. They pat our house, our exit.
Yeah.
And I told my husband, invite him over at least for fucking coffee. Like, he's like, nah, leave him alone. I'm like, y'all weird.
Yeah.
Y'all are fucking weird. Because my family would be so offended if I didn't even reach out and say, hey, just come over and give us a hug.
And I do the same thing because I just went to, in September, I went to, Mana?
Yeah, Mana, hello.
So I went to see Mana in Vegas in September. And as I'm driving to Vegas, I see this sign that says St. George, the next 2 exits or whatever, and I'm like, dude, it's been 5-6 years since I've seen one of my best friends. And so on my way to Vegas, I'm like, dude, are you working today? And he goes, yeah, but I'm not going until this time. I'm like, dude, I'm driving past St. George right now. And I didn't say, can I? I'm like, I'm stopping to see you, whether it's your house or your work. And he's like, dude, I'll call my work. I'll tell him I'll go in late. Stop by, but I'm doing the Latino thing. I'm like, I'm stopping by just because I'm driving by.
We're being nervy, yeah.
And then we stop and just like you said, all we did for like 2 hours, we sat there and we caught up, and then we had coffee because it was early in the morning. And then he went to work. I made love to his wife, and then we went to.
Fucked his wife.
We fucked his wife. And we are so brothers. Like that's the kind of sense of humor.
The sense of humor.
Yeah. Like I tell him,
love that.
he's got like teenager kids, right? 3 daughters. And I always go like, hey, your daughter single? And he's like, but he's always like, yeah, dude, like, because that's how
close
we've known
you
each other for so long. But yeah, so I told him that, hey, I took care of your wife when you were gone, and he was like, perfect, dude, that way I don't have to when I get back. So
that's awesome.
But that's exactly what we did. We got together, we had coffee, and then off he went, and we just went to drive. We went to Vegas, and the same thing on the way back. I'm like, I'm stopping by, and this time I stop at his work, and then I stop at his house, gave his wife a kiss, and then and like a kiss on the cheek, and then we drove back.
Yeah. But I feel like some people are going to get offended. There's going to be some white people that are like, no, wait a minute. We do that too,
Yeah.
And we're not saying everyone's like that, but for the most part, it's kind of like that. And then I got accustomed to it because I get it. I want some privacy, but the whole staying at a hotel when they're offering a room, we've offered rooms to his family so many times and they get a fucking hotel. And I'm like, well, the
Yeah.
whole point was to see each other day and night,
Yeah.
isn't it? And
Yeah.
so now what I do is when we go over there, I'm like, no, I'm getting a hotel.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to get what you give me. You want to see me every day? Well, that's not what you're giving me when you visit.
Yeah.
So we're all getting hotels. But in our family, if we can, we're all sleeping in the fucking living room and we're
Yeah.
going to figure it out. But I guess it's not that way anymore. It's
dude.
not a thing. But I miss that.
Yeah.
We need to bring those values back where you're just like, I don't fucking care if you're busy. I'm stopping by. Like,
Yeah.
at least a handshake.
Yeah.
I don't get the...
Yeah, but I think because of the different ways of doing things, like then I get in that position of like, I don't want to bother them. So that's why I'm
Fuck
like,
them. If we're friends,
no, but I'm
I'm
saying
bothering you.
like friends, like my white friends, for example, right? I'm like, I'm driving by his house. I'm like, just whatever.
Yeah.
So we do fall on that thing, but like you said, in family, it's like,
Family's different.
I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, I just woke up. Good, I'm stopping by. You're like, okay.
Yeah, please.
Like, God damn it, I gotta clean. And you're like, no, you don't.
Yeah. I mean, I do get stressed out when
Yeah,
my
for
cousin
sure.
came. I was like, I'm not even ready. But you just got to think, and it's corny and it's such a... Everyone says his life is short, but it's true. And you're going to regret one day when you could have had that time with them. Even when you were busy and stressed, just fucking do it.
Yeah.
Like today, I didn't want to come here, but I did it
This is
because life is
closer to my
short.
house.
I'm kidding.
Anyway, so we're coming up on 2 hours.
Yes,
Jesus, that's not bad.
but you're editing, so you'll shorten it to what, like an hour?
No.
Oh, you're just gonna leave it like this?
Yeah,
Oh
what do you
shit.
think? What do you think I am?
Okay, but you will leave the racist stuff out, right?
No, I'm actually making a clip out of that. So you can...
When I see a woman pilot, I'm turning the fuck around.
There's your camera right there. Tell everybody where they can find you. If you want them to find you, your socials, everything you want.
You can find me at Wife with the Knife. That is right here. You'll put that down there, right?
Sure.
Whatever it's gonna pop up. Or you can search me on Lola Ray, LOLARAY, and I should pop up. My account should pop out.
Yo, you should change it to you know that artist Lana Del Rey.
Yeah,
You should call it Lola Del Rey.
that's my personal page.
No, I came up with that.
No, you did not. I
You
did.
said Lola Ray.
I am Lola Ray when you search it up, but my personal page name is Lola Del Rey, because I got that from Lana Del
Whatever.
Rey.
Whatever.
So no, you did not do that.
God damn
you
it.
did not.
God damn. I was going to get the rights
No.
and sell it to you.
I got it. I got it. No, I am Lola Del Rey on my personal page, but on my cooking page, it's Wife with a Knife.
Nice.
And my brand, my design on my page, I want to give him a shout out. Can I look it up?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I told him I was going to shout
go
him
ahead.
out.
Go ahead. You do your thing.
What do you call the graphic design? My logo.
Yeah.
I'm going to shout out. Oh, there it goes.
Jesus.
Oh, gosh. Okay, Bryant Carpio.
Mm-hmm.
He owns a business called Bright Ideas, and he's the one that
Come up with the logo.
came up with my logo. So shout
Nice.
out to Bryant and his team. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
It's not going to be the first. Not going to be the last time either.
No, next time
Right.
we're going to be cooking. So
Hell
watch
yeah.
out in your kitchen.
That's fine. And we can get your next time. We'll get the lawyer to sit with us. Too.
Yeah. Yeah, she can talk to us about her products.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
All right.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me. You can catch me, Angel Cervera, on Instagram, Angel Cervera on Facebook. That's my last name, Cervera. And until next time, this has been How Did They Get So Good? Thank you.
Love you. Bye.